Serious na, serious. Okay. So, last time, anong pinag-aralan natin last time? Yung resistivity, di ba? Yung concept ng resistance, resistivity, and napag-aralan natin na yung tawag dito. Yung resistivity na yon ay dahil sa yung mga electrons ay nag-interact sa isa't isa, di ba? Basically, nagbubungguan lang sila sa isa't isa. And that results to a drift in the flow of charges or yung tinatawag natin na current. And nakita natin na related yung current through that resistance using or through yung Ohm's law. Okay, so yung doon tayo ata nag-end last time, ano? Ohm's law, which is equal to, or which is basically saying na yung voltage ay proportional to the current at yung proportionality constant ay yung resistance. So lahat ng materials ay merong resistance and tawag dito, nagbavari yung resistance depende sa type ng material. Okay, now let's extend yung concept na yun further, okay, and use yung concept na yun sa mga DC circuits. Okay, pag sinabing DC circuits, ibig sabihin ng DCI, direct current na circuits, okay, and pag direct current ang tawag dito, yung current na nagpo-flow through a circuit ay dahil sa isang ang tawag dito, dahil sa isang voltage na direct din. Ibig sabihin, hindi nagbabago ng direction. Okay, later on, pagdating natin sa magnetism, after ng magnetism, pag-aaralan natin yung concept ng alternating currents. Okay, so kung saan yung circuit ay nag-undergo ng alternating voltage or is driven by an alternating voltage. Okay, so pag direct voltage, okay, makikita natin yung dito. It's a result of this tawag dito, EMF. Okay, or sabihin na natin, sa ngayon tawagin muna natin siyang battery para simple lang yung discussion. So yung source ng energy na to, okay, is due to yung charges na na-separate. Saan na yung pen? Okay. Due to yung charges na na-separate, okay, so positive tsaka negative charge. Okay, so dahil yung charges na yun na na-separate sa isa't isa, meron siyang stored na energy and then meron siyang energy na pwede niyang gamitin para i-push, okay, yung electrons, okay, na mag-travel through a wire. Tulad ng nakikita niyo dito sa figure on the right. Okay, so yung separation ng charges na yan, natutunan natin na pwede natin gawin, okay, through yung capacitors, yung device na yung tawag na capacitors. So basically, meron kang capacitor where we have a charge that are separated, okay, and as a result, pwede nyo i-store yung energy na yon, and then pag nag-connect na kayo ng wire tulad dito, okay, yung wire na yan will tawag dito, will push the charges to move, okay, from the positive towards the negative terminal. Okay, so yun basically yung nangyayari when current ang tawag dito, when current is flowing, okay, through a wire. Okay, now yun yung convention na sinusunod natin. From positive, yung flow ng current is from positive towards the negative terminal. But okay, in reality, since these are electrons, okay, yung electrons actually yung nagmo-move. Okay? And yung flow is actually, or yung current direction na pinapakita dito is actually the opposite of what is actually the flow of the electrons. Okay, since yung electrons yung inyong charge, electrons actually move opposite to the convention, okay, na sinusunod natin for the current. Okay? Maganda lang na matandaan 'yon. Okay. Now, bakit natin ginagamit yung convention? Kasi mas madaling isipin na mag-flow from positive to negative, di ba? Ang idea kasi is energy flows from higher potential to lower potential. Okay, yun yung madaling isipin at madaling tandaan at madaling gamitin when we discuss DC circuits. Okay? So, yan yung concept behind that ang tawag dito, behind this EMF. Okay. Bakit siya tinawag na EMF? Naalala ko may nagtanong nito before eh. Okay. And I think nasagot ko to last time, pero tinawag siyang EMF because ano tingin niya? Okay, so there's actually a force that pushes the electrons, okay, to move from one terminal to the other. Okay, so yun yung tawag dito, yun yung tinatawag na electromotive force. Pero oftentimes ina-associate natin yan with yung potential ng source. Okay, one more thing. Now, dito may makikita kayong word na ideal or phrase na ideal EMF source. So pag sinabing ideal na EMF source, ibig sabihin yung mismong nagpo-provide ng voltage ay walang resistance. Okay? Walang internal na resistance. In actuality, meron siyang internal na resistance. Okay? Tawag dito. Hindi ko alam kung na-try niyo na or kahit tinry niyo na sa 102.1, pag kumuha kayo ng multimeter, okay, at nilagay niyo dun sa resistance setting, okay, tapos kuha lang kayo ng kahit anong device. Like for example, ano bang meron sa lab na pwede niyong isaksak yung multimeter na yon? Siguro yung power supply ninyo. Yung power supply ninyo sa laptop na merong, 'di ba, merong ah, meron siya basta yung power supply ninyo. Oo. Tapos ilagay niyo lang yung dalawang probe dun sa plug. Diba? Dun sa prong, ano bang tawag doon? Kung ano man tawag doon. Makikita niyo na meron siyang resistance. Okay? And yung resistance na yun obviously ay nakikita ng plug. Okay, so yung plug sees that resistance as an internal resistance. In the same way, since nagpo-provide ng power, yung power cord niyo, yung adapter na yon, papunta sa computer, yung computer also sees that resistance as an internal resistance. So lahat ng devices ay merong internal resistance. Okay, just because it's made of a material, okay, na merong resistance. Okay, so ideally, wala siyang internal resistance pero in actuality, meron siyang internal resistance. And ginagamit din natin yung internal resistances na yan in some of the problems. Okay, so now, since we're going to analyze circuits or elements through a wire or within a wire, okay, syempre maganda na magkaroon din tayo ng convention or ng symbols na pwede natin gamitin to indicate kung anong klaseng device or circuit element yung meron dun sa circuit ninyo. Okay, so pag ganyan lang na wire, so it's just a conductor. Hindi, yung sa taas muna. So it's just a conductor na walang resistance. Pag merong resistance yung wire, lalagyan natin ng ganitong ano ba tawag dyan? Wavy na drawing. Alam niyo na ba 'tong mga to? Alam niyo na pala, skip ko na. Skip na. At ito, ang tawag naman dito sa pinakataas na yan ay yung voltage source ninyo or yung source nung EMF. Okay? Now, in some cases makakita kayo ng 'di ba ng ganyan, 'di ba? Alam niyo bang difference niya pag ganyan tsaka pag isang pair lang? Ito mga 3 pairs to eh. Ito isang pair lang. Alam niyo bang ini-imply nun? Each pair ay isang battery. Okay. So, at least yun yung sinusunod. Okay. Now, tulad ng sinabi ko before, it could be na yung inyong EMF ay mayroong internal resistance. So what you do is to draw a resistor next to the EMF, tapos yung symbol ng internal resistance na ginagamit is small letter R. Okay? Sa book, naglalagay sila ng block dito, and then yung block na yun ay may kulay. Okay? Pero pag kayo na nagdo-drawing sa papel, so ang gagawin nyo lang is internal resistance, yung power source, and then lagyan nyo ng ano man tawag dyan? Dash line or dotted line, di ba? Broken lines. Ay, mga ginagamit mo talagang terminology, ah. Okay, hindi ka pa rin makaget over. Yes. Ay, hindi. Hindi, ah. Yes. Para lang ma-differentiate mo yung source at saka yung capacitor. Ah, Kasi not all capacitors serve as voltage sources. Can, okay lang. Lalagyan mo lang siya ng pagcapacitor, tas charge siya, ilalagyan mo siya ng plus Q tsaka minus Q. Pag hindi siya charge. Anyway, indicated naman yun sa problem eh. So, and understood naman yun na charge or actually hindi nagmamatter yun kung charge or discharge. Now, syempre, kailangan nyo i-measure yung device niyo. So, you measure it with a voltmeter at ito yung symbol ng voltmeter. You measure the voltage using a voltmeter and you measure the current using an ammeter. Okay, and in some cases, you measure the resistance using an ohmmeter. Okay, pero ano bang symbol ng ohmmeter? If I remember correctly, ang symbol ng ohmmeter ay yung omega. Okay, so yun yung ohmmeter. Okay. Okay, any questions? Okay, so let's consider this first example. Okay, dito sa example na ito, meron tayong source na open circuit. Bakit siya tinawag na open circuit? Kasi yung wire na ito, yung end ng wire na ito at saka yung end ng wire na yan ay not connected to anywhere. Okay? So hindi pag kinonect niya na ganyan, oops. Grabe naman kababawan niya. Pag kinonect niyo yung ganyan, ang tawag dito yan ay closed na circuit. Paano pag ano? Okay. So figure 25.16 shows a source, okay, a battery with EMF 12 volts and an internal resistance of 2 ohms. Okay, so for comparison, the internal resistance of a commercial 12 volts lead storage battery is only a few thousandths of an ohm. Excuse me. The wires to the left of A and to the right of the ammeter, capital A, are not connected to anything. So that's why it's an open circuit. Determine the respective readings VAB and I of the VAB and the current I of the idealized voltmeter and the idealized ammeter. Okay, so tinuro naman siguro sa inyo sa lab kung paano kinakabit yung voltmeter at saka yung ammeter, no? Yes. Pag ang voltmeter, kinoconnect nyo, how do you connect it? If you want to measure the voltage of a device, how do you connect it? I mean, with respect to, halimbawa, gusto niyo i-measure yung voltage across a resistor. So, paano nyo kinakabit yung probes ng meter? Parallel sa resistor. Di ba? Parallel. Ibig sabihin, yung voltmeter na ito, ilalagay nyo dito sa isang end ng resistor at saka dito sa kabilang end ng resistor. Okay? What about yung ammeter? I-connect nyo siya in series. So immediately, alam nyo na kaagad kung anong sagot dun sa nami-measure ng ammeter dito. Anong nami-measure na current ng ammeter? Since it's an open circuit, may nagpo-flow ba na current? Wala. So ang nami-measure na current ng ammeter ay 0. Okay. What about yung nami-measure ng voltmeter? measures no current since the circuit is an open circuit. What about yung voltmeter? Anong na-measure ng voltmeter? 12 volts or less than 12 volts? Remember, merong resistance yan. Bakit less than? Sige, go.
Because directly mo siyang kinukuha yung voltage mo. So
Mhm.
there's nothing that really resists the measurement because it doesn't really go too much.
Yes.
And tapos wala kang resistor talaga na naman measuring the source itself.
Yes. Well, straight answer is, since wala kang current, walang voltage drop sa resistor, so the resistor has no, tawag dito, has no effect. Okay? Walang voltage drop sa resistor, so it doesn't remove energy from the voltage source. Okay, so yung ma-measure ng voltmeter dito ay 12 volts pa rin. Okay? So ilagay na lang natin yun. Since there's no current, okay, through the internal resistor, then there's no voltage drop across the resistor. Okay? Now, pansinin niyo yung mga terminologies din na ginagamit and ito it's actually more well, both English tsaka physics. Since you're measuring the voltage, if you want to use the voltmeter, ilalagay niyo yung voltmeter in parallel with the resistor. So you're measuring the voltage across, okay, the resistor. Okay? Pero if you're using an ammeter, you're measuring the current, and the ammeter is connected in series, okay, with kung ano man yung device na gusto niyo i-measure yung current. So, yung current is measured through, okay, the internal resistance. Okay? So walang current measured across, okay? At walang voltage measured through. Okay? It doesn't make sense both in English at saka in physics. Okay? Okay? Sige. Next question. We add a 4 ohm resistor to the battery, okay, in the conceptual example 25.4, forming a complete circuit. So now the circuit is closed. Okay, what are the voltmeter and ammeter readings VAB and I now? Okay. So, ano na ngayon yung magiging reading dito sa ammeter? So, voltage muna. So, what is the voltage across A and B? So, yung VAB ay equal sa yung EMF, di ba? Okay. Pero ngayon, meron ng effect yung internal resistance. Okay? And ang gagawin nung since resistor siya, it removes energy. So ibabawas nyo yung voltage across the internal resistance. Pero ano yung voltage across the internal resistance? Using Ohm's law, ang voltage across the internal resistance ay yung current na dumadaan through the resistor multiplied by yung resistance. So this is, again, ibabawas natin yan kasi yun ang ginagawa ng resistor. It removes energy. Okay, and anong tawag dito? yung current na yan ay yung voltage na yan is using Ohm's law is the current passing through it multiplied by the internal resistance. Okay. Bakit hindi natin sinasama yung 4 ohm na resistor dun sa na-measure na voltage ng voltmeter? Bakit hindi kasama yung 4 ohm?
Because we're directing it.
Yes, kasi ito lang dito nakakonect. Diyan nakakonect yung voltmeter. 'Di ba?
But
Di ba?
if we're measuring from the point, we're gonna have the form.
Yes, technically, pero hindi niyo pwedeng gawin 'yun. Oo. Explain ko mamaya ng konti. Okay? So, anong tawag dito? So, now we need to know kung ano yung current na dumadaan. So, how do we determine yung current na dumadaan? Through the ammeter. So, yung current na yan flows from the voltage source through the 2 ohm resistor, as indicated by the arrows. So, counterclockwise yung ano niyan, di ba? Yung flow. Okay, and makikita nyo na counterclockwise yung flow kasi yung yung voltage source ninyo, yung positive nasa left, di ba? So ibig sabihin, yung current by convention ay magko-flow counterclockwise. Okay, so unang dadaan yung current through the 2 ohm resistor and then through the 4 ohm resistors. Okay, at ma-measure siya dun sa ammeter. Okay, so how do we determine yung current in that case? Kala ko alam niyo na itong mga to. Anong current? De syempre, 'di ba galing ang tawag dito, ang pinaka-source mo talaga diyan ay yung EMF, 'di ba? Tapos sa 2 ohm resistor, meron kang voltage drop which is IR. Tama ba? Tapos sa 4 ohm resistor, meron ka na namang isang voltage drop which is minus I times R. Okay, and alam natin na yung current through the 2 ohm resistor at saka yung current through the 4 ohm resistor ay pareho lang kasi in series sila. Tama? Okay. So, tawag dito, yung voltage ngayon pagbalik dito sa point na to from here, 'di ba? Iikot siyang ganyan and then pagbalik dito sa point na to, yung voltage will then be zero kasi nakaisang cycle na siya. Nakaisang ikot na siya. Okay? Tama? Okay. So, anong alam natin dito? Alam natin yung EMF which is 12 volts. Okay? Yung current, hindi natin alam. Pwede kong ilabas yan. And then yung R, small internal resistance, alam natin, which is 2 ohms. And then yung external resistance ay 4 ohms. Okay, so from here, pwede na natin masolve yung current. Ang current is 12 volts divided by 6 ohms. So ang current ay 2 amperes. Okay? So yan yung nami-measure ng ammeter. 2 amperes. Okay? So knowing yung nami-measure ng ammeter, pwede na natin makuha yung nami-measure ng voltmeter. So IR, so this will be 12 volts minus 2 amperes times 2 ohms. So ilan yan? 12 volts minus 4, 8 volts. Yan yung nami-measure ng voltmeter.
Would the resistance of the whole system be 6 ohms?
Oh. Kasi in series sila. Naka-series kasi. Now, if you reanalyze, anong voltage drop dun sa 4 ohm resistor? Ano bang current na dumadaan dyan? Anong current na dumadaan dyan sa 4 ohm resistor? 2 amperes, di ba? Oh. Ano ngayon ang voltage drop dyan sa 4 ohm resistor? Using Ohm's law, it's 8 volts, which is yun ang measure ninyo. So you're measuring 8 volts across the power source. At yun yung pinoprovide niya dun sa na energy dun sa resistor. Okay? Okay? Kaya hindi kayo pwede mag-measure, maglagay ng probe dito at saka dito to measure voltage. Kasi you're not going to measure anything. Di ba? Di ba? Wala eh. Andito yung ano mo, andito yung 4 volts mo, tapos andito yung 8 volts. So anong ma-measure mo dito? Zero. Okay? Umikot ka lang eh, isang cycle lang siya. Okay? Okay, now, of course, nag-experiment na ba kayo dito? Hindi pa? Huh? Nag-experiment na kayo? Anong ginawa niyo experiment?
Their voltage and their currents.
Okay, wala namang pumutok na resistor, so ano? Okay, good. It's important, okay, na pag ginagawa niyo tong exercises niyo sa laboratory, na mag-compute muna kayo bago kayo gumamit ng voltmeter at saka ng ammeter. Bakit? Huwag niyong tsamba-tsambahan yung ammeter, for example, lalo na yung ammeter kasi 'di ba iba-iba yung settings niyan, 'di ba? Anong malay nyo? 2 amperes pala yung susukatin ninyo, tapos nakalagay sa 10 milliampere na max na setting. Wala na, masisira yung ammeter. Kaya sinasabi ko sa inyo, importante na mag-solve muna kayo, i-double check nyo yung solution ninyo, double check na mga kasama ninyo yung solution ninyo bago kayo mag-measure para alam nyo kung saan nyo isa-set yung ammeter. Otherwise, masisira yung ammeter. Okay? Okay ba yan? Okay, sige. Pag nasira yung ammeter, ano? Okay, yeah. Pwede mo i-consider yung voltage source. Okay, any questions? Yes.
Parang,
Ano yan?
pero po ilalagay yung load para makorelate.
Sa loob ilalagay yung?
Parang makorelate. Ilalagay.
Yung alin? Saan ilalagay yung probe?
Sa
Eto, ngayon naka-drawing siya na nandito. Naka-drawing siya na nandito yung probe. So dito ka nag-measure ng voltage. And then yung ammeter, dito siya nakalagay. Okay, any more questions? Ano? Madali lang ba? Okay. Ito. We move the voltmeter and the ammeter in example 25.5 to a different position, to different positions in the circuits. Yan. What are the readings of the ideal voltmeter and ammeter in the situations shown in figure 25.18 and 25A and 25.18B? So dito muna tayo sa 25.18A. Sa left. Okay. So pag minove nyo na yung voltmeter, parang scripted yung tanong mo Pag minove nyo na yung voltmeter at nilagay nyo across the 4 ohm resistor, anong mame-measure nyo dyan?
Zero.
Bakit zero? Voltmeter. A. Oh. Nasa A pa lang tayo. Nasa A. Nasa A. A. Bakit 4?
Because in the electron voltage force minus current, I just replaced the small r with big R.
I-replace mo yung small r with big R. Pero ano yung current na dumadaan dun sa 4 ohm resistor? Oh, wala naman tayong binago, di ba? Oo. Which is
4. 2 times.
2 times 2, di ba? Ba't mo sinusubtract yung 12 volts? Wala namang 12 volts. Yung probe, wala namang 12 volts yung between the probes eh. Ang tinitingnan mo lang between the probes ay yung 4 ohm resistor lang. Di ba? Di ba? Hindi. Tignan mo, wag mo isipin. Tignan mo kasi nakikita mo naman ah. Di ba? So, anong na-measure nyo across the 4 ohm resistor? Na voltage. Huwag kayong vague, not the same. Like, meron yan number. 8 volts. So, 8 volts. Kasi yung current na dumadaan dyan ay 2 amperes. So, yung voltage na across the resistor ay from Ohm's law ay 2 ohms times 4 ohms, which is 8 volts. Okay? And in fact, okay, itong probe na to, yung placement ng probes na to is no different than kung paano nyo pinlace yung probes dito. Kasi ito yung point A mo, okay? This is also point A kasi wala namang resistance dito. Di ba? Itong point B mo, this is your point B. Sorry hindi pala ako nagsawa. Sorry sa mga online. Okay. Sorry guys. So ito yung point A nyo at ito yung point A prime, and since wala kang resistance dito, okay, walang voltage drop dyan. Ganon din dito, ito yung B prime, wala kayong resistance dito. Yung ammeter ideally has no resistance. So it's exactly this, where you place the probe here is exactly the same as putting the probes here. Okay? And you can check that sa experiment. Yes. A resistor, di syempre mag-iiba na yung ano. Mag-iiba na yung
Advanced scores. Magiging mo din sa BA prime for B prime magkaiba naman.
yes. Mag-iiba na. Okay, what about yung ammeter? Kanina yung ammeter nandito sa right side ng circuit, di ba? Nandito yung ammeter. Ngayon nandito na yung ammeter sa left side ng circuit. Would it change? Would the current measured by the ammeter pag nilagay niyo siya between A and A prime change compared to pag nakalagay siya sa between B and B prime? Hindi, di ba? Bakit?
Because the flow is just like a movement.
Yes. Oh, kasi naka-series lang naman lahat eh. Oo. So through the series circuit, the same lang yung current. Okay? Okay. O, ngayon punta tayo sa letter B. O, sa letter B. Anong may measure yung voltage dyan? 0. Bakit? And you never put a voltmeter in series. Okay? Never. Okay, ngayon. O bakit? Tawag dito, bakit din 0? Well, later on, matututunan ninyo, okay? Kasi ituturo sa inyo ng magaling yung teacher later on. Okay? Sino kaya yon? Na ang voltmeter, ang ideal na voltmeter has infinite resistance. Okay, ang ideal na voltmeter ay merong infinite na resistance. Bakit infinite yung resistance niya? Or mamaya natin sagutin kung bakit infinite yung resistance. Dahil infinite yung resistance ng voltmeter, tas nilagay nyo siya in series, walang magpo-flow na current. Di ba? Di ba? And that's why yung ammeter ninyo will measure 0 amperes.
So,
Yes.
they're in series, and an ideal voltmeter in series has infinite resistance.
Ah. Okay? Okay, now, sagutin natin kung bakit kailangan na na infinite yung resistance nung ano na yan, nung voltmeter na yan. Okay, now kung infinite yung resistance dito, ibig sabihin kung meron kang current dito, okay, hindi papasok yung current dito sa line na ito. Okay, kasi infinite yung resistance niya. Tama? And yun naman yung gusto nyo mangyari kasi ayaw nyong mabawasan yung current dito. Otherwise, mali na yung mami-measure ninyo. Di ba? Ang tawag doon ay voltage loading. Pag-aralan niyo yun sa 173 okay, in the future. Sa electronics physics. Third year yata. Third year. Okay? So, in contrast, yung ammeter naman ideally has zero resistance. Okay? And gusto mo na zero resistance siya kasi kung meron siyang internal na resistance, di bawas na naman yung current. So, mali na yung mini-measure niyang tawag dito, current. Okay, good. Okay, dito. A source with a short circuit. Okay, ano ibig sabihin ng short circuit? So dito sa example na ito, we replace the 4 ohm resistor with zero resistance conductor. Okay? So, in other words, sinort nyo, okay, itong resistor, you took a wire, okay, at kinonect nyo yung dalawang ends ng resistor. So, sinort nyo yung resistor. Okay? Sinort nyo yung resistor. Ayan. Hindi, shorted talaga siya. Okay? O, ngayon, yan ay conductor. Sa tingin nyo, saan dadaan yung current? At this point, saan dadaan yung current? Dadaan pa ba siya sa 4 ohm resistor? Hindi na, kasi wala namang resistance dito. Bakit siya dadaan doon sa may resistance?
Yes.
Di ba? Ba? Okay. So, shorted na ngayon yung yes. Iyon naman. Bakit niya ipipilit kung ayaw sa kanya, di ba? Okay. Now, dito sa problem na ito, ano ngayon yung magiging readings ng voltmeter at saka ng ammeter?
The ammeter is, I think, 0, and then yung voltmeter is,
Okay. Half points. Yes.
Ampere would be 6.
6. Saan mo nakuha yung 6?
Same formula. Just take out the 4. So 12 divided by 2.
Is 6 amperes. That's right. Okay, good. 6 amperes yung mami-measure ng ammeter. Okay? Kasi umiikot pa rin naman yung current eh. Okay? What about yung nami-measure ng voltmeter? Anong nami-measure ng voltmeter? 0 dahil
12 minus 4.
12 minus 12. Kasi yung dumadaan na current through the 2 ohm resistor ay 6 amperes. Diba? 6 times 2 ay 12. Gamit na gamit yung grade 1 knowledge nyo, diba? 6 times 2 ay 12 volts. So 12 minus 12 ay 0. Kita niyo yan? Pati yung dapat may prereq na ano no? Grade 1 mathematics, di ba? Okay. So yung voltage na measure nyo across A and B ay 0. Kasi yung voltage actually na pinoprovide nito ay lahat gagamitin nito, ng internal resistance. And add that to the fact na shorted ito, wala namang voltage drop dito, di ba? Walang resistor dito. So talagang 0 yung voltage na ma-measure mo dyan. Okay? Yes.
So does that mean that if you add a resistor, there's more power?
Ano yung ibig sabihin na mag-add ka ng resistor? Depende kung saan mo ilalagay, ganun.
In the last example, there was a voltage reading, but in this example, there's no voltage reading. So that means if you connect something to this, like circuit, nothing would happen.
Depende kung paano mo kinoconnect. Sorry, hindi ko masasagot ng straight, ano, kasi iba-iba yung sagot. Depende nga kung paano mo siya, ano, kung paano mo siya i-connect. Hindi ko alam kung ano yung sabihin. Oh, kasi mag-iiba talaga. Depende kung saan mo ilalagay yung ano. So, wala akong direct answer for that unless na-specify niyo talaga. Ha? Yes, 6 amperes pinag-uusapan natin dito eh.
Then if you
Mhm.
babalik siya ng 12 babalik sa bumalik din sa
Mhm.
so
Yes.
so measure the voltage is zero.
Mhm.
However, if yung may resistance dyan na parang binawasan yung linabas na voltage, then yung babalik na voltage is yung nagbabawasan na voltage, yung minus mo yung source na voltage, yun ang measure ng voltage.
Yes.
So sir, yung measure ko ng voltmeter is potential difference.
Yes.
Yeah, potential
Always. Kaya dalawa yung probe. Wala naman kayo mami-measure pag yung isang probe nakaangat, di ba? Tama? Okay. Okay, so now this illustration simply shows kung ano nangyayari dun sa voltage, okay? Through a circuit. Okay, so it's the same circuit, ni-redraw lang kasi nakikita niyo dyan yung 12 volts saka yung 2 ohm na resistor. Yung 12 volts na source, yung 2 ohm na internal resistance. Alam niyo na internal resistance yan kasi nasa loob siya ng box na shaded, di ba? And then yung 4 ohms na external resistance. Okay, so ano nangyayari sa circuit na ito? Siyempre nagpo-provide ng power. Okay? Yung 12 ohm na battery. Okay? Voltage source. Kaya from here to this point, tataas yung voltage. And then, ang gagawin ng resistor is kukuha siya ng voltage from that. Okay? And yung kinuha niyang voltage, based on our calculations, 2 ampere siya, nang kukunin niyang voltage dito is 4 volts. So from here, it's 12 volts. Dito sa point na to, 12 volts. At pagdating dito sa point na to, it will be 8 volts kasi kumuha siya ng 4 volts. Kaya pag naglagay kayo ng voltmeter dyan, ang mame-measure nyo ay 4 volts. Okay, pero hindi nyo magagawa yung pag-measure ng 4 volts na yan kasi internal resistance yan. Okay? Hindi nyo mame-measure yung internal resistance kasi kasama siya sa battery. Okay, illustrative purpose lang yung ginagawa ko dyan. So 4 volts yung drop dito. Okay, so dito, oops, yung ginawa ko. Dito, okay, 8 volts yung tawag dito, 8 volts yung voltage niya relative to this. Okay, or to this, or to this. Kahit saan dyan, basta after the 4 ohm resistor. Okay, so from here to here, it's 8 volts. Kaya dito, makikita nyo na, pagdating dito, 0 voltage na yun. Yun. Okay, so if you put your probe here, then you measure 8 volts. Or, pag nilagay niyo yung probe niyo dito, then it's still 8 volts kasi it's still behind the the 4 ohm resistor. Or pag nilagay niyo yung probe nyo rito, ay, okay, it's still 8 volts. Or pag nilagay niyo yung probe nyo dito, that will still give you 8 volts. Okay? Okay? Kasi walang voltage drop dun sa wire. Walang resistance yung wire. Okay? Okay, now pag-usapan natin yung power. Yes. So, ano ang power? Okay. So, ang power sa 101, anong definition ng power? Yan yung mathematical definition. Ano talaga yung power? Energy per second. Yeah, again, is still mathematical. Ano yung power? Paano niyo define yung power? It's the rate of energy use. Kung gaano nyo kabilis ginagamit yung energy. Kaya nga yung mathematical definition is energy per unit time. Kasi rate siya eh. Di ba? Rate of change. Rate of change of energy. Yun na lang siguro ang ilagay natin. Change of energy. Okay? So, sige, balik tayo sa 101 ninyo. Ito yung sa mga gusto kong examples pag sa Physics 101. Okay. Alam niyo yung isang horsepower? HP. Medyo mali yung tanong ko, di ba? Anong unit ng anong tawag dito? Ng energy. Sorry, energy. Ang tamang pronunciation ay joules. Parang alahas, di ba? Joules. Ganon. So, okay, ang isang horsepower is about 750 joules. Okay? So 1 horsepower is 750 joules per second. Okay? Okay? Okay, now, ito na. Medyo delikado tong tanong na to. Sa tingin nyo, gaano ako kabigat?
Okay.
Ha? 70 to 75. Okay, sabihin natin na 75. Okay? Masaya na ako dun sa estimate na yan. At mas madali din mag-estimate kasi nakikita nyo may 750 dun. So, okay. Alam niyo hindi ko alam kung ginagawa niyo ito nung bata kayo pero malamang hindi na kasi kayo yung mga digital kids eh. So, nung bata kami, meron kaming ginagawang laro na yung maghahawak ng kamay na ganyan. Alam niyo ba 'yan? Tapos yan, ganyan. Yan, ganyan, yan. Yan. Tapos, may uupo sa gitna. Tapos iaangat. Ginagawa niyo ba 'yan? Nagawa niyo ba 'yon o hindi? Okay, halimbawa gagawin nila, 'di ba? Tapos akong uupo. Ako yung uupo doon. Okay, anong mass ko? Estimate niyo ng mass ko, sabi niyo? 75. Okay. So 75 kilograms, so ibig sabihin ilan yun sa newtons? Ilan yun sa ano yung weight essentially? Para mas madali gawin lang natin 10 meters per second square. Para lang mas madali mag-multiply. So anong weight? 750 newtons. Now ano yung work? Paano work done? Kung halimbawa na iaangat nila ako ng distance of 1 meter. Ganyan yung 1 meter. So work done is force times distance. Tama? So kung distance ay 1 meter, ang weight is 750 newtons, ilang ano yung work done? 750 joules. Okay. So para iangat nila ako from distance of over a distance of 1 meter, they need 750 joules of energy. Kung gagawin nila yon in 1 second, 750 joules per second, which is 1 horsepower. Okay? Now, kung gagawin nila yon in half a second, so mas mabilis, di ba? Kung 1 second, ganito lang yan.
2 horsepower.
1 second. So, bagal lang, di ba? Pero kung half a second, ganon. So, they need more power to do that. Which is how much? Or 2 horsepower. So, yun yung ibig sabihin ng rate of change of energy. Kasi the faster, if you want to move it faster, you have to use your energy faster. You have to provide energy higher over a shorter period of time. Okay? So you use up that energy, okay, kaya siya tinatawag na na power. Yun yung ibig sabihin ng power. How fast you use that energy para ma-move mo yung mga objects. Now dito ang pinag-usapan ng movement dito ay of course yung mga charges. Okay? Pero mas masaya pag ako yung binubuhat, di ba? Sa isip ninyo, tama ba? Okay. Now, dito ang minumove natin dito ay charges. So we're moving charges from one terminal to another. So ang pinag-uusapan natin dito is how fast, okay, electrical energy is used up by a circuit element. And since resistance lang ang pinag-uusapan natin dito for now, so ang pinag-uusapan natin dito is how fast that resistance uses up that energy. And yung resistor uses that energy. It converts it from one form to another. From electrical energy to, alam niyo ba kung ano? Kung saan niya kino-convert yung electrical energy na yun? Into heat energy. Okay, kaya yung mga devices ninyo minsan umiinit. And that's because those devices have resistances. Okay, so kino-convert nung device na yon yung electrical energy, yung resistance, yung electrical energy to heat energy. Okay, now how fast does it convert to heat energy? Okay, it's equal to this. Yeah. The voltage, okay, times the current. Yan ang expression, okay, for the rate of dissipation, okay, dun sa ng isang tawag dito, ng isang circuit element. Okay, so ginamit ko yung word na dissipate. Alam niyo naman kung ano to, no? Nawawala, naiusap, nagagamit. Okay? So rate of dissipation ng energy. Okay, so if we go back to this problem, okay, so in a complete circuit, we have tawag dito, we have this one. So it's still the same circuit. Find the rates of energy conversion, chemical to electrical, and energy dissipation in the battery. Okay, rate of energy dissipation in the 4 ohm resistor and the battery's net power output. Okay, so pag sinabing rate of energy conversion, ibig sabihin yung battery ninyo para makapag-produce ng energy ay nagko-convert from chemical potential to electric potential energy. Okay, so gaano niya kabilis yung kino-convert. So sa battery, yung power across the battery is just yung EMF times yung current na dumadaan. So anong EMF? Sa battery lang, 12 volts. Multiplied by yung current na dumadaan, 2 amperes, which is, ang unit dito is 24 watts. Okay. Ha?
What?
Ha? 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 Energy dissipation in the battery. So yan yung energy dissipation in the battery. Ay, sorry. Ano ang energy dissipation sa battery? Anong element dyan sa battery ang nagdi-dissipate ng energy? Yung not just resistor, but yung internal resistor. Magandang ma-differentiate nyo yun, ha? Okay, para walang confusion. So, yung internal resistor, okay, yung rate of dissipation yan, P sub R, I equal sa voltage across the resistor, okay, times yung current. Now, from Ohm's law, yung voltage across the resistor ay current over current times resistance, sorry. Current times resistance. Then multiply that by current, then we have I squared R. So ang current is 2 amperes squared times yung resistance, 2 ohms. So ilan yan? 2 times 2 times 2 ay 8. 8 watts.
What?
Mali, mali. Mali yung sagot niyo. What? 8 watts.
That's the power being dissipated by the internal system.
Yes. Exactly. And yan din yung energy dissipation within the battery. Kasi yung internal resistance wala naman ang gumagamit nung energy. Yes. Yes.
If it's 8 watts, then it's 4.
Yes. 4 volts. Dahil 2 amperes yung current. Okay? Ano pang tinatanong dito? Rate of energy dissipation in the 4 ohm resistor. So sa 4 ohm resistor, so sa 4 ohm resistor, so this is I squared times R. So this is 2 amperes squared times 4 ohm. So ilan to? 16 watts. Daming watts yan. Daming watt yan. Okay, ano yung net power output ng battery? Hindi, ng battery. Ng battery. Anong power output ng battery? Ang power output ng battery ay 16 watts. Kasi 24 watts yung pinoprovide ng source, may internal resistance ka na gumagamit ng 8 watts. So ilan na lang yung kayang i-provide ng battery? 16 na lang. 24 minus 8 ay 60. Okay? Okay? So remember yung battery, yun yung naka-enclose. Yan yung naka-enclose. Okay? Okay, sige. Break muna tayo at this point. Balik tayo. Okay. Mag-consider pa tayo ng few more examples. So dito, suppose we replace the external 4 ohm resistor with an 8 ohm resistor. So, pinilitan natin yung 4 ohm resistor with an 8 ohm resistor. How does this affect electrical power dissipated in the resistor? So if you recall, tawag dito, ito yung circuit natin. Okay, so ito yung internal resistance, yung power source, and then yung what was the 4 ohm resistor is now an 8 ohm resistor, tapos ito ay 2 ohm na internal resistance. Okay, so 12 volts. So in that case, ano na yung, anong tawag dito? Ano na yung current na dumadaan sa circuit? So yun muna yung una natin masasolve, di ba? So ano yung current na dumadaan ngayon sa circuit? So it's 12 volts divided by the total resistance, which is 10 ohms. Diba? So ang current ngayon dito is 1.2 amperes. Okay, which means na yung power na pinoproduce ng EMF is 12 volts times 1.2 amperes, which is equal to 14.4 volts. Tama? Okay? Tapos, yung power, yung tawag dito, yung dissipation across the 2 ohm resistor. Internal resistor. So this is equal to yung current, which is 1.2 amperes squared times 2 ohms. So this is 2.88 watts. Okay, so dapat ito ay watts. Okay. And then sa external resistor 4 ohms, ito ay 1.2 amperes squared times 8 ohms. Okay, so ilan yan? 11.52 watts. Okay? Okay, next. Naintindihan niyo ito, no? Nakasunod. So for the short circuit in example 25.7, find the rates of energy conversion and energy dissipation in the battery and the net power output of the battery. So again, shorted yung dito, yung resistor. Okay, so walang resistance through the wire. Yung rate of energy conversion sa battery ngayon ay E times I, yung EMF ay 12 volts, and yung current, kung naalala nyo, is 6 amperes. Na-compute natin to before. So this is 12 times 6I, 72 watts. Sobrang daming watts yan. Okay, and yung PR, tawag dito, across rate of energy dissipation across the resistor, internal resistor ay yung current na 6 amperes squared times yung internal resistance na 2 ohms. So this is 72 watts then. Okay? So yung power output across the battery ay 0. Okay? Power output across the battery ay 0. Power output ng battery ay 0. Naintindihan nyo? Okay. Okay, so in this circuit, find the rate of energy conversion of internal energy, chemical to electric, within the battery. Okay, and then the rate of dissipation of electrical energy in the battery. Okay, and then the rate of dissipation of electrical energy in the external resistor. Medyo alam niyo na to. So, syempre, yung unang-unang gagawin dito ay current. Di ba? Hanapin niyo muna yung current. So, anong current? 12 volts divided by 1 ohm plus 5 ohms. So, 12 volts divided by 6 ohms. So, equal to sa 2 amperes. Okay. Rate of energy conversion sa battery within the Within the battery. Okay, so intindihin niyo yung tanong within the battery. Okay. So ang rate of energy conversion within the battery. So it's the rate of conversion dali lang. Iintindi ko kung anong gusto talaga yung mangyari dito eh. Kasi kung within the battery lang, sabi rito, chemical to electrical. And then sa letter B, meron pang rate of dissipation of electrical energy in the battery. So kung chemical to electrical lang, it's just EI, di ba? So chemical to electrical is just the EMF times the current. So anong EMF? 12 volts, tas yung current ay, so 24 watts. Tapos, rate of dissipation of electrical energy in the battery. Rate of energy dissipation in the battery. At yung internal resistance lang yung nagpo-provide nung or kumukuha ng energy na yun. Okay. So, it's P sub R equals sa yung current squared, 2 ampere squared times yung resistance. So, this is 4 watts. And the rate of dissipation of electrical energy in the external resistor. So, this is P, okay, 5 ohms. So, this is 2 amperes squared times 5 ohms at equal to sa 20 watts. Okay na? Any questions? Banana Q ba yan? Ano yan? Ube? Alam ko kung ano yung ube. Pero, wala na nagtitinda ng banana Q ngayon, ano? Oo, ako nga din eh. Kala ko banana. Saan mo nabili yan? Oh, so ang tanong sa sagot ko ay? Sa baba. Diyan, dun. Dun kasi. Dun kasi. Oo. Okay. Okay. Now let's talk more about resistors. Okay. Oh, shit. Nagti-TikTok ba kayo? Oh, nagti-TikTok kayo. Let's talk about resistors. Oh, shit, guys. So, ay hindi yata alam ng mga ibang 102 yun eh, no? Sa 121 ko lang ba yung sinabi? Oh, yung mga ibang nag-102 na hindi nag-121, hindi nyo alam yun. Wala pa kasing gumagawa ng TikTok na physics student inside a classroom. Oh, so yun yung magandang masimulan nyo yun para alam nyo yun. Oo. Hindi, kikita naman kayo. Oo. Kontento na ako sa banana Q. Okay. Sige. 4 different ways of connecting 3 resistors. Okay. So, syempre, in series, naintindihan nyo naman kung bakit in series yan, di ba? In parallel, okay, okay, series and parallel yan. So, series sila pag only one end is connected to the other end. Parallel sila pag both ends ay connected to the same ends ng isang capacitor, ng isang resistor. Okay? So, R1 and R2 and R3 are parallel here. This is another way to connect them. 2 resistors are in parallel and those 2 resistors that are in parallel ay in series with the third resistor. Okay? And then, meron kang 2 resistors in series. Okay? At yung dalawang resistors in series na yon ay parallel dun sa isang resistor pa. So, paano nyo sinusolve to? Nalala nyo ba yan? Oo nga. So, paano nyo sinisimplify? Okay. So, for example, ano equivalent resistance nito? R1 plus R2 plus R3. So, pag in series, ina-add nyo yung resistances, right? And in contrast dun sa capacitors, pag in series, so sum reciprocal ng sum ng reciprocals. Yun yung cool na sabihin pag nasa loob kayo ng jeep. Yan. Okay. Okay. So 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2 plus 1 over R3 and then yung reciprocal. Naintindihan niyo naman kung paano nangyari yan, ano? Yes. Mukhang madali na to para sa inyo, ah. Oh, ito. R equivalent. R1 plus 1 over R2 plus 1 over R3. Naintindihan niyo naman yan. Tama? Ito. One over R1 plus 1 over then yung reciprocal. Okay? Sinong hindi nakakasunod? Para ma-explain. Kayong nandiyan dyan sa online, nandiyan pa ba kayo? Okay. Dyan silang lahat. Sige. Nakakasunod ba kayo? Okay lang kayo? Okay. Wow, ang daming thumbs up nun, ah. Tinry ko yung gawin sa namin, sa meeting namin. Kasi tinatanong nung tawag dito, nung nagpapa-meeting, okay na ba kayo sa discussions? Mga ganyan-ganyan. Ang ginawa ko is, hindi nyo na gets? Kuha nyo ba? Yun. Sa Zoom, di ba? May puso pa. Okay. Find the equivalent resistance of the network and the current in each resistor. The source of EMF has negligible internal resistance. Okay? So wala na tayong pakialam sa internal resistance. So, ang gagawin natin dito is kunin muna natin yung equivalent na resistance. Siyempre, idiretso na ba natin o step by step pa? Tingin nyo. Okay. Kunin muna natin yung equivalent na resistance nung parallel. Tama? So, tawagin natin siyang R1. So, ito ay 18 volts. Ito yung plus and then 4 ohms. So, yung R1 ngayon, ano yung equivalent resistance ng parallel? 1 over 3 ohms. So, ilan yan? 1 over 6 plus 1 over 3, pareho lang yan sa 1 over 6 plus 2 over 6. Tama? So, magiging 3 over 6 or 1/2, pero kukunin niyo yung reciprocal, so 2 ohms. Okay. So, ngayon, ito ngayon yung equivalent na resistance niya. So, yung total na resistance o equivalent resistance ay 4 ohms plus 2 ohms. So, equal to sa 6 ohms. Ito ay 18 volts plus. Okay. So now, we can get yung pinapahanap yung current through the resistor. So ano ngayon yung total current dito? So ang total current dito ay, so ito yung step 1, ano? So 2, ang total current ay, using Ohm's law, it's V over R equivalent. So 18 volts divided by 6 ohms, which is 3 amperes. Next, yung current, so babalik na tayo dito, di ba? So yung current na dumadaan sa equivalent na resistor ay 3 amperes. Pag binalik natin dito, yung current na dumadaan sa 4 ohm na resistor ay sa 4 ohm na resistor, ano yung current na dumadaan? Bakit 6? Anong current na dumadaan dito sa equivalent na resistance? 3 amperes. So anong current na dumadaan sa 4 ohm at saka sa 1 ohm? At saka sa R1? 3 din. Kasi di ba equivalent nga siya. Equivalent nga siya eh. Di ba? Equivalent nitong dalawa na yan, yan dalawa na yan ay ito. Di ba? So kung ano man yung dumadaan na current dito ay yun din yung dumadaan dito. Okay. So, sa? Mamaya na darating tayo doon. Oh. Dito lang muna tayo. Kaya nga bumalik, kaya ito lang yung pinapakita ko eh. Kaya yan. So sa 4 ohm, ang dumadaan dyan ay, okay, sa 4 ohm ang dumadaan dyan ay, bakit R? So I, yung current sa 4 ohm na resistor ay 3 amperes. At yung current na dumadaan sa R1 na nandiyan ay 3 amperes din. Okay? Okay, so nasagot na natin yung current na dumadaan sa 4 ohm na resistor. Okay, ngayon pupunta na tayo dito. Okay, so dito meron kang 3 amperes. Tapos yung 3 amperes na yan, ito na yung sinasabi ni kanina, na mas-split. Diba? Kasi may junction. Diba? May junction. Mas-split yung current. Yes. So yung voltage between C and B, yung voltage across C and B is the same. Okay? Pero ano yung voltage na yun? Hindi nyo alam. Kasi hindi pa natin na-solve. Tama? Tama? Okay. So, ang gagawin natin ngayon is kunin muna natin yung voltage. Actually, kahit na kunin natin yung voltage across R1, okay lang. Ano bang voltage across R1? Ano bang resistance ng R1? 2 ohms. At ano yung current na dumadaan sa R1? Okay. 2 ohms, 3 amperes. So yung voltage across R1 ay 6 volts. Okay, so ibig sabihin, ang voltage across VCB, okay, ay 6 volts din. Okay, so now, yung voltage across, ano ba yung mga resistance din? 6 ohms ay equal sa 6, ay ba't voltage? Current pala, current. Yung current dun sa 6 ohm na resistor ay 6 volts divided by 6 ohms. So, this is 1 ampere. And, yung current na dumadaan sa 3 ohm na resistor ay 6 volts divided by 3 ohms. So, this is 2 amperes. Yeah, so nag-make sense, di ba? Kasi dito, 1 ampere yung dumadaan dito, 2 amperes. At pag in-adapt niyo yan, pagdating dito, magbabalik naman sila. Yun yung gusto mangyari ng iba, di ba? Magbalikan at some point. Okay? Okay, so 1 ampere plus 2 amperes ay 3 amperes. Okay? Okay, next question, next exercise. Walang tanong dito? Walang tanong? Clear? Crystal clear. Okay. Okay, so now, this example naman, 2 two identical incandescent light bulbs, each with resistance 2 ohms, are connected to a source with with an EMF of 8 volts and negligible internal resistance. So find the current through each bulb, the potential difference across each bulb, and the power delivered to each bulb and to the entire network if the bulbs are connected, A, in series and B, in parallel. Okay? And then may letter C na question. Balikan na lang natin yung letter C na yan. So dalawang configurations yung pag-aaralan natin dito. Yung kapag yung light bulbs ay in series at pag yung light bulbs ay in parallel. So ito yung itsura ng, sa taas na yan, sa taas, yan yung itsura ng light bulbs pag in series at ito yung itsura ng light bulbs pag parallel. Kita naman na parallel sila at saka series, no? Okay. Ganyan ba kayo? Nagsisimba ba kayo? Ganyan ba kayo magano? Sumagot sa simbahan? Ewan ko sa kanila, may mga weird ano sila. Isipin mo yung pare, tatawagin mong daddy. Ano? Nang, nadidinig, pag pinapanood nyo ba yung video, nadidinig ba yung mga ano, nadidinig ba kayo sa video? Actually.
Pero nag-school pinagtripan nila ako din.
Oh, may sumasagot dito, ako lang daw. Okay. Thank you sa pagsagot. Oh, pero pag kayo lang sa online nagtanong kayo, syempre maririnig kayo. Okay. So, series muna tayo. So ito muna, letter A, series. Okay. Naalala niyo ba kung anong tinatanong? Wala pang 2 minutes yun ah. Anong tinatanong? Current through each bulb, potential difference across each bulb, tsaka yung power delivered to each bulb. Okay. Kapag in series sila and parallel. Okay. So, anong current na dumadaan dito sa dalawang bulbs na yan na in series? So, ano? 2 amperes. Okay. So, pag in series, so sa letter A, dahil in series sila, so yung current na dumadaan ay 8 volts divided by 2 ohms plus 2 ohms. So 4 ohms. So this is 2 amperes. So may dumadaan na 2 amperes na current dito at saka dyan. Okay? Which means na voltage across each resistor ay anong voltage across each resistor? So voltage across AB. Ano ngayon ang voltage across AB? Yan, voltage across AB. Using Ohm's law, it's ang Ohm's law ay current times resistance. So using Ohm's law, 4 volts. Okay. So VAB is equal to 2 amperes times 2 ohms. So 4 volts. And VBC, pareho lang naman, di ba? VBC is also 2 ohms. So 2 amperes times 2 ohms. This is also 4 volts. So 4 volts yung VAB and then 4 volts din yung VBC, which makes sense kasi yung total voltage ay 8 volts. Okay? Now, yung power across AB ay 4 volts times 2 amperes. Diba? Voltage times current. So this is 8 watts. And yung power across BC ay 4 volts times 2 amperes. So this is also 8 watts. Okay? And that also makes sense kasi yung energy na pinoproduce ng battery ninyo is 8 volts times 2 amperes, which is 16 watts. Okay. Now, doon naman tayo sa parallel configurations. Pag parallel yan, ano ngayon ang equivalent na resistance? 1. So, in parallel, I is equal to 8 volts divided by 1 ohm, which is your equivalent na resistance. So, 8 amperes. Okay, so ngayon, dito may 8 amperes na dumadaan at meron ding 8 amperes na dumadaan. So, ano ngayon yung voltage across each resistor? So, yung VDE, since parallel din sila, yung VDE ay equal sa, anong tawag dito? 2 ohms times 8 amperes. Wait, paano nangyari yun? Sige, stop na muna natin yung klase. Meron na emergency. Lahat daw tayo pumunta sa oblation. Doon na lang daw explain. Okay, sa online class dismiss na.